According to this movie, my skincare routine is terrible, but my horror game is on point. Let's talk about skincare. Hey everyone, it's David Stark from Watch Our Pass, and I'm here to talk to you about Skincare, which comes to theaters on August 16th, 2024. It is a new kind of horror thriller starring Elizabeth Banks, and is this skincare film something you should put into your normal skincare routine? Well, my hot take is I think you should watch it later. I liked a lot about this. I thought it was a nice slow burn thriller. That was a great setup and a great cast. So it had a really great foundation, but some of the things about the story and the turn just didn't really leave me with a great feeling. So overall, I think I liked it. I liked it a lot more than I expected to, but I definitely think you should check it out eventually. Just wait for it to come to streaming or on demand. So all that being said, I'm gonna tell you a little about the film, a few things I like, a few things I didn't like, and then really quickly go into the ending. So as you can imagine, there will be spoilers in the ending section. If you don't know what happens in this movie, and you might not, there are some really big surprises along the way, although as you'll see in the things I didn't love, maybe the surprises are come a little bit too quickly, then I would turn it off when I get there. Before that though, I'll keep it vague, I'll keep it spoiler free. Let you know when I get to those spoilers. So in skincare, you have Hope Goldman, who is played by Elizabeth Banks. She's an aesthetician, and she is about to launch a new skincare line. She's taking her career to the next level. She has a great shop. She has a loyal client base, but she's about to launch her own skincare line that she thinks will then elevate her to the upper echelons of aestheticianhood. But unfortunately, as this launch is approaching, a new rival enters the mix, and some strange things start happening that derail Hope's launch and also maybe her entire career. So, things I liked about this movie. The first, look, I love the cast. I thought it was a great cast. I love Elizabeth Banks. I thought she was a lot of fun. This bright, bubbly role was really fun, but she definitely has to have a range of emotions because some stuff starts happening to her. She has some dramatic moments, and also she has to kind of keep this demeanor as her life is falling apart, which is really fun to see. I also really loved Gerardo Méndez as Angel. It was really nice seeing Nathan Fillion in a film. I liked seeing Nathan Fillion. I thought he did a good job in this. I didn't love his character as much, but it was fun to see him. The second thing I love the slow build. It really starts off slowly, kind of builds up, lets you see Hope's life, and things start to happen to her that slowly derail. But it takes a while to get there. I like that it takes its time. It doesn't go crazy from the start. You get a little hints here and there of things that are happening in Hope's life, and they introduce new little dilemmas for her throughout the film. The third thing I loved, I really liked the ending. I liked the overall ending. I thought it was a great kind of way to wrap the story all up. It was kind of a fun, clever way to end this, and it really kind of showed the culmination of the entire journey that we were just on. So all that being said, things I didn't love as much about the movie. The first, I'll call it the news anchor part. This is Nathan Fillion's character. There was a part that just felt like it was kind of tacked on. It did contribute to some of the dread and some of the kind of unknown aspects of this movie. And it showed some of the hurdles that Hope faced as she was trying to get her product launched, but I don't think it really contributed a ton to the story. It just felt kind of a little bit tacked on. The second thing I didn't love as much, I'll call it the turn. We find out, I feel like it was fairly early on, what was happening. And I felt like they could have delayed that a little longer, maybe had it come out a little bit more organically. I feel like we learned pretty quickly who the antagonist was, and that felt like it could have been held off a little bit longer, kind of left us in more suspense. So all that being said, skincare comes at the years on August 16th, 2024. Like I said, I think you should watch later, although I was kind of between a watch it and a watch later. I liked it. I thought it was enjoyable. Just some things about the story just didn't really hit with me. So if you do check it out, let me know what you think. Let me know what you liked and didn't like. I'd love to hear. And I'm going to really quickly go into a recap right now. So if you don't know what happens in this movie, I would turn it off now because there will be spoilers. So in skincare, you have Hope Goldman, and it seems like everything is going great for her. She has a successful salon in, I think, Hollywood, somewhere nice. She is about to launch a brand new product line, which she thinks is going to elevate her career to the next level. She's doing promotional material for it. She's taping news segments and things like that. It seems like everything is going her way, although she has really overextended herself to get this launch happen. She's funded this launch herself. She has put all of her assets into this product launch. So she really needs this to go well for everything about her life to kind of continue moving on. Now, some cracks start to form early on because some competition moves in right next door. A rival esthetician named Angel opens a shop right next to her, literally across the street from her. And it is a surprise because she's been here for a long time. She has a good relationship with her landlord, but her landlord, I guess, rented this to Angel. And so now she has some competition right there. Now she's angered by this, But then some strange things start happening. First, her email is hacked, and an explicit and like depressing email is sent to her entire client list. And this causes her to start losing clients and derails her PR right before the launch of her product line. It's basically about how she's like sad and depressed, and she just needs someone to like have sex with her essentially. And so it's sent to everyone in her contact list, and this causes her business to like derail, and also causes that segment that they taped that they were going to air to not air. Instead, they quickly tape a segment by Angel to fill that slot. And unfortunately for Hope, they can't air hers because they don't want to air like two aesthetician, two beauty related segments back to back. So this both like hurts her business and also derails her product launch, which she needs in order to like continue going. She doesn't have the rent money for this month. She was expecting like all of that to change after her product launch. So she is like becoming more desperate as her business starts to collapse. Now, she also meets a life coach named Jordan, who is a friend of a friend. He actually photographed Hope a while ago, but she doesn't remember it. It was a long time ago. And now he is a life coach. So he tries to help her. He does this. He tries to like get into her good graces, tries to help her with her brand, increasing her social media profile, like set up, more engaging social media things like that. And he is trying to like help Hope. Who knows why? It's pretty clear that he is interested in her, but you know what? Hey, Hope will use all the like help she can get right now. Hope starts to kind of like unravel as her clients stop coming. They stop coming to her. They start going to Angel. It's his is the hot new new store, new salon, things like that. And so Hope starts to lose some of her clients, which angers her and makes her very worried because she needs that money to pay her rent, to launch her product, to do all that stuff. And so that is a big, pain point for her. But then also some other incidents start happening. Like specifically, her tires get slashed. All four of her tires get slashed. So there was that hacking incident, and then all four of her tires got slashed. She takes her car to a mechanic friend who seems to kind of have a crush on her. He, replaces her tires for free. She offers to pay, but he's like, "Don't worry, don't worry." And so he like really seems to care for her, and as she's leaving he tells her that if she needs anything that she can reach out to him. He used to have like a shady past. He used to do some really bad things, and so he can get a lot of things done. The cyber stalker who appears to have like email her client list, slash her tires, then starts to post ads and like casual encounters websites about like explicit fantasies that Hope wants to have happen at her work. And this culminates in someone coming into her store and like demanding, what the ad said, like basically demanding to have sex with Hope. And it's a scary incident. Luckily, Jordan arrives right in time to like throw this person out. But Hope is obviously shaken by this. The police get involved. They start to investigate a little more. And as everything kind of unravels, Hope has only a few friends. She has like a confidant who has worked with her at the salon for years and years and years, who handles like all the bookings, who handles like all the administrative stuff. She has her mechanic friend, and then she has Jordan. And so her and Jordan get very, very close as Hope's circle of friends kind of shrinks. Like I said, Hope is hurting right now. She needs the money to kind of keep her business going. And so she has to kind of go to great lengths. She sells a bunch of like the designer clothes and things like that just to try to make rent money, just to kind of keep the doors open. Now, early on, and I think probably a little bit too early, we find out that Jordan is the cyber stalker. The person that went to the store to like ask for sex from Hope shows up to Jordan's apartment, and he like gives him a high five and says you did great. Apparently Jordan was in prison earlier, and this was someone who was in prison with him, and so he hired him to like cause a scene and then let Jordan ride in and like be the savior for that incident. So he then sets up another incident where this person and a friend are going to break into Hope's house, and Jordan's going to arrive, again, just to like be there to save her and try to like really get in Hope's good graces. Now, as Hope and Jordan are getting closer, Hope is fixated on Angel being the aggressor. I don't know why. Like Angel did just move in and all the things started happening, but Angel's business seems to be fine, seems to be separate, but she thinks that Angel is like using this to like bump up his business and ruin her. So she tells Jordan to take care of it, to go to Angel and stop this. And so Jordan goes over there and like he kind of comes in all tough, but then he doesn't really do anything. He like talks to Angel. Angel like throws him out. And then Jordan calls Hope and is like, hey, it's taken care of. And I think he thinks like, okay, I'm going to take down the ads. I'm going to stop all the cyber stalking stuff. It will be taken care of, even though he didn't actually like do anything to Angel. But that night, someone came into Hope's house, and she got some mace and sprayed that person, and that person ran away. And this was someone we haven't seen before. It wasn't the person that Jordan hired. And so Hope gets mad at Jordan because he's like, you said you handled it, but someone came in here and attacked me. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, are you okay? And she's like, And basically, she just ghosts Jordan. I guess she just doesn't think he can do what he says, which is weird because he'd been very reliable to her. It feels weird that she would just like straight up ghost him after that, but she does. So now that Hope can't trust Jordan, she goes to her mechanic friend and tells him everything that's happening. That Angel's been harassing her, that her business is falling apart, and her mechanic friend's like, "I'll take care of it." Now, later, an FBI agent comes to Hope's place and shows her some surveillance footage, and it's a really creepy incident. They're like, "Get in the car." It's like, "I don't want to get in the car," as you would, right? Like someone's like, "Get in the car." You're like, "I don't really want to. No, no, thank you." But eventually, he shows her this surveillance footage, and it's Jordan slashing her tires. Now, she doesn't tell them it's Jordan, but she knows it's Jordan. And so she now realized that Jordan is the person that was doing all of this. She tries to call her mechanic friend, but I guess he turned off his phone. Maybe he left his phone at home so it couldn't be tracked. Who knows? He doesn't get the message. He breaks into Angel's house, attacks him. Angel grabs a glass when they're fighting, like breaks it over the mechanic friend's head, and this angers him. And so the mechanic head just like beats Angel to a pulp, like severely beats him, and then he leaves. But as he's driving away, I guess the blood loss from the head hit, maybe a little bit slight concussion, I'm not sure, causes him to like pass out. He runs an intersection, boom, gets hit by a car. He's dead. Angel is in bad condition, but he seems to survive. Now, Hope, in a very not smart move, goes to Angel's place because she had followed him home earlier. She knew where he lived. So she goes to Angel's place to check on him. She goes inside and sees Angel just like on the ground, like not moving. So she thinks he's dead. She runs away. Not good. I assume cameras would be there. I assume people might have seen her. She's a very distinctive person. Not a good thing at all. She is worried after this incident that she's going to be implicated, as she should. She should be very worried. And so the police are all over Angel's place, and she thinks she'll be implicated. She goes and confronts Jordan about what he did, and he like basically yelled at her for being entitled and whatnot. Hope, thankfully, is able to get out of there. She grabs a bat, hits Jordan a bit, and then like hits him in the face and gets out of there. So now Hope has confronted Jordan. She realizes she's on her own, and so she goes back to her house and kind of like waits it out. Now, the end of the movie, which I really liked, and this is actually also how the movie starts. You see like police lights. You see Hope at her house. She's like getting herself completely done, like full on makeup, full on putting herself together, because that is what Hope knows. That's what Hope was like built her life around. And so she's making sure she looks really, really good for the eventual arrest that comes. And so she eventually does get arrested. And as she's getting taken away, she makes sure to like be her Hope persona. Like she's positive. She says, "Oh, like I didn't do this. This is all Jordan. Also, like, please make sure to lock my door. Like all my products are in there. It's my life. Like that's everything I have left. Like please make sure to lock my door. But also, you know what? You can take a moisturizer if you want. It's really great. It's unisex. You know, it'll work wonders for you." And so Hope is a very kind of bubbly, hopeful person. Now she gets arrested. She gets taken away, and also Jordan gets arrested. And then we find out that this person that broke into Hope's house after Jordan said he'd taken care of it was hired by this news anchor friend played by Nathan Fillion. And Hope had known this person for a while. They had arranged this PR interview for her product line, but then it hadn't aired when all the bad news, the bad PR happened. And so Hope was then talking to her friend after dinner. He like took her out to dinner to make her feel better. And afterwards, as they're coming back, he propositions her to like, essentially exchange sex for getting the story on earlier. And Hope's like, why would you do that? And also, oh, whoopsie, I was recording that. Oh, I'm so silly. Like I was actually recording that. That's so silly. And he's like, you have to delete that. And she's like, I did. But she kind of like does it very coyly. He's like, let me see. He's like, I delete it. Don't worry. So I assume that she was holding on to that as a good piece of evidence to hold on to, but he wanted to be sure. He didn't want this to come out. So he hired like an investigator to follow her to make sure it was deleted. And so this person we saw occasionally following Hope, it led to some of her paranoia. And he also was the one that broke into Hope's house that night to check to make sure it was deleted. And so after Hope gets arrested, we see that person coming up to Nathan Fillion and saying like it was deleted. So he confirmed it. He confirmed that it was actually deleted. So we find out that Hope gets arrested. They do kind of air her news segment eventually, but it's in like relation to her being arrested. They show like shocking, statements by the person that was arrested for the brutal assault, things like that. So she does finally get her segment and she looks great. It's a very positive, happy message that she gives, but it's in a very negative context. But we do also find out that because of the notoriety, because of the story, Hope's products are in like really high demand. They're like completely sold out presumably her friend who has helped manage her business is going to be able to keep those products going and keep kind of funding that to hopefully keep her business afloat and maybe also fund Hope's defense. We will see. We don't know what happens because that is the rest of the movie. We find out that Hope gets arrested, but her products are doing great. So she kind of like did raise up into that echelon, but for the wrong reasons. But that is skincare. Like I said, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I was kind of between a watch it and a watch later. I think ultimately it's a watch later, but you know what? If you do check it out, I think you'll probably enjoy it. I liked the cast. I like the performances. I like the slow buildup. So if you do check it out, let me know what you think. Let me know what you liked and didn't like. I would love to hear. And thanks so much for watching. If you like this review, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me out a lot. Make sure all my new content goes straight to you. Thank you. So in skincare, you have Hope Goldman, who is played by Elizabeth Banks. She is a kind of aesthetician. She's an aesthetician. A rival beautician named Angel opens a shop. A rival aesthetician opens a shop.